As Cumber holds the fate of Trunks in his hands, the long-awaited return of Vegito is finally at hand as Goku and Vegeta fuse to create the ultimate fused fighter in having to attempt to stop Cumber in gaining the Dragon Ball to escape the prison planet. But the question lingers, even at this given point after the Tournament of Power, does Vegito Blue possess the necessary skill set available to him to defeat Cumber in this given situation? What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome to my Super Dragon Ball Heroes Anime Episode 3 review, which continues the story of Super Dragon Ball Heroes Anime Episode 2, which aired back in July. We have the debut of Vegito in Super Dragon Ball Heroes set to collide against Cumber. And for those of you that are curious and want to watch the episode yourselves, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, twitter.com/UnrealEntGaming. I will give you guys and provide you guys the links and where you guys can go on ahead and watch this. So make sure you guys are following me at Twitter. The link will be located down below. And of course, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to punch that subscribe button, and more importantly, turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, as this was a very anticipated episode within the community, because finally we get to see what Vegito Blue can do against someone that's either equal to or stronger than he is. As we kick off Super Dragon Ball Heroes Anime Episode 3 with Cumber having to hold Trunks by the throat as Vegito looks on and seeing Trunks in such distress. Trunks is literally grabbing onto Cumber's hand, and Cumber's hand is massive. I don't know if anybody picked that up, but Cumber's a big dude, and just before Cumber is about to just annihilate Trunks, we see how he's beginning to formulate this massive blast. And I really love Vegito's reaction time, because as soon as Vegito notices this, he goes right in to protect Trunks. And I really love this version of Super Saiyan Blue Vegito because it just felt a little bit more natural. I really did enjoy Vegito against Merge Zamasu for the most part, but I really wanted to see Vegito get tested. I never ever saw a situation occur to where Vegito was literally backed into a corner. Against Zamasu, of course, Vegito had the upper hand because he was stronger, but Zamasu was immortal. Here, it's different because as soon as Vegito was able to deflect the blast and basically take the hit head on, Cumber's grabbing onto his hand. He looks at Vegito. Vegito looks back at Trunks. He tells Trunks to get away, and that's when the real fight ensues. Now, when looking at the scope of this fight, Vegito Blue is literally fighting at this point a base form Cumber. Now, on my channel, I've covered the Super Dragon Ball Heroes manga, in which depicts some very interesting events to where Cumber is fighting Vegito as a Kaioken, and it's very interesting and fascinating to see the anime version be compared to the manga, because here in this episode I really enjoyed how Cumber was able to push Vegito back with just simple punches, and then he raises his hand up in the air and he creates this massive energy like claw attack in the air, and this thing is following Vegito, and it's actually able to push Vegito back far enough to where Vegito gets knocked into the rocks, and we see him lying in the crater within a crater as Golden Cooler is looking at him. And I really did enjoy how Golden Cooler just sat back and watched this. But then, lo and behold, we see how Vegito emerges and he's using Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. And only at this given point, it really goes as far as to show how strong Cumber is if someone like Vegito needs to use something like Kaioken to get him by. And I really love the aesthetic look for Vegito Kaioken. I think he looks fantastic, and I really loved how at this given point, it's still base Cumber versus Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito as Cooler observes the fight. As Cooler looks up, however, he notices that the chains up in the sky are beginning to crack, and that's because the fight between Cumber and Vegito is so intense that little by little, all around them, they're beginning to shatter the barrier. And at this given point, it's safe to say in the anime that base form Cumber is fighting on an equal level to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito, until we see Cumber raise his hand up in the sky and he creates this massive spherical object to where Vegito cocks his hands together and he's about to unleash the final Kamehameha. And I'll be honest, even though we saw Vegito really briefly in this episode, I definitely preferred Vegito against Cumber than Vegito against Merge Zamasu, because here I really enjoyed the struggle. I really enjoyed seeing Vegito realize, like, okay, I'm not just fighting an ordinary person, I'm fighting someone who is supremely powerful. And that's what this episode basically centered itself around, is showcasing the strength of Cumber, not Vegito, because Vegito is only the driving point for them to demonstrate how strong Cumber truly is. But then we have the epic struggle between between Cumber's energy wave and Vegito's final Kamehameha, which was great because I really did not believe that for a second Vegito was going to have a hard time, but Vegito was legitimately struggling, even to the point where Vegito had to unleash more of his power just to push the blast back. And as he was able to push back Cumber's attack, he once again unleashes the same claw-like energy attack to where he cuts right through Vegito's Kamehameha, and Vegito gets pushed back even more to where at that given point, Cumber's not holding back anymore, but instead he creates this white energy ball to where he throws it up in the sky and he begins to shatter it. He shatters it because then we have a striking resemblance of what happened during the Saiyan arc as slowly but surely Cumber begins to transform. And Vegito's just standing there like, what in the world? As lo and behold, we have ourselves a Super Saiyan Ozaru, or in this case, a Golden Ozaru. So now it's Ozaru Cumber Super Saiyan versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. And what a sight this was. Even though Trunks and Mai don't seem to understand, they're dumbfounded as to what they're looking at. Up in the sky, Vegito is like, okay, welcoming the challenge, but then, as quickly as it happened, which I really did hate, Goku and Vegeta once more separate. So their fusion didn't really last all that long, very similar to the events of what happened during the Merge Zamasu story when Vegito defused, and that was something that I felt was really stupid because the fight was about to kick it up a notch or two once Vegito was about to engage against Cumber, but then they separate. So that was a big flaw. I love these episodes because aesthetically, artistically, it looks amazing, it looks beautiful, but it's just too fast, it's rushed. And Fuse kicking back, Fuse enjoying all of this, but Fuse not realizing that the chains in the sky and the barrier is slowly starting to crack. So even though at this point Fuse is celebrating the idea of Cumber being a Super Saiyan Ozaru and he's seemingly enjoying this entire fight, he's not understanding that he's causing a mess of things, which is going to lead into Super Dragon Ball Heroes Anime Episode 4 later on this month, with Cumber having to fight against a full-powered Fuse. It's not Super Saiyan Demon Fuse, it's not a Super Saiyan transformation at all, but in fact, it is going to be Fuse who is going to unleash his true power against Cumber now because he's starting to realize that Cumber is causing a problem. Even though Cumber is very powerful, the problem here is Cumber's uncontrollable, so he's breaking everything around him. And I really did enjoy the it factor behind this episode and seeing the energy that Vegito brought to the table, because I think that Vegito fits any narrative if you put him in the right situation. In this situation, I think it definitely, evened out the odds and seeing what Vegito can do against someone that's equal to, if not stronger than him, which by the end sets up the fight between Fuse and Cumber for Super Dragon Ball Heroes Anime Episode 4, and I really don't know what they're going to do with Goku and Vegeta because they're obviously straying away from the manga concept. So the events in which we saw in the manga are a little different in comparison to the anime. I do like the anime a lot, I just don't like how it's rushed, and they never really explained nor showcased what happened with Super Saiyan God Goku and Cumber in the manga in comparison to the anime. We don't even know at this point if they're going to include Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Vegito against Cumber at some given point, being that he was just introduced. So there's so many unanswered questions, but the story continues in Goku and Vegeta having to fight this dude, but again, as quickly as they fight, it seems like they're no match for him even as a fusion. So then the question begs, what could they possibly do to stop him, especially if Kaioken Vegito wasn't even enough to put him down? So by the end of this, guys, I would like to get your thoughts in the comment section below. How did you guys feel about this episode? Did you guys like this episode? Did you guys hate this episode? What were some of your critiques? And what do you guys think about Vegito versus Cumber? I mean, who do you guys think had the edge? Who do you think outshined the other person? I think I really did enjoy how Vegito struggled because it's something that a lot of people in the fandom are not used to, and I really enjoy seeing him struggle because that kind of creates a bit of believability to the opponent that he actually has a chance in winning. So by the end, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching this review. I love you guys so much, especially with all the things that have been happening as of late. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys are not aware of my second and third channels, Unreal Network and Unreal Vlogs, go on ahead and check them out, guys. Subscribe to those channels. I will leave links to those channels down below. Thank you all once more for watching, and I'll check you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge!